I'm Matt Bishar with NAREITWeek.com. I'm here at the Waldorf Astoria Hotel in New York City for REITWeek 2016, NAREIT's Investor Forum. Joining me for this CEO Spotlight is Gary Wojtaszek, President and CEO of CyrusOne. Gary, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks, Matt. Thanks for having me. Look forward to a great conversation today.
Now, we've talked in past interviews about the tremendous demand drivers that have fueled the data center business. Now, the company's expanded and added capacity at a number of its centers recently. Do you see the rest of the company's growth coming in the area of acquiring or developing new centers?
We have seen a record amount of demand over the last 3 quarters, and yesterday's announcement was the biggest record leasing quarter that we've ever had ever. So right now we're in a position that 70% of the capital that we're deploying is basically for building out existing capacity for the contracts that we have with our existing customers. We've never been in a position like that historically. It's a great position to be in. So that's really the priority in terms of where we're deploying our capital. Outside of that, we're always looking at strategic acquisitions to get into new markets, new customers, similar to what we did last year with Servalis, or more recently when we acquired the Chicago Mercantile Exchange's data center.
And in May, you signed a large deal with one of the biggest school districts in Texas for a co-location agreement. Is education a growing customer segment for you, or what are some of the areas where you're seeing real growth?
By far and away, the biggest area of growth that we've seen over the last 18 months has been in cloud companies. So the IT segment is growing exponentially larger, but our basic business is going after enterprises, and we've been particularly successful with selling to governments in general, local governments in general, which are trying to save expense by consolidating their data center needs with a company like ourselves. So whether it's school districts, whether it's 9/11 call centers, a lot of companies and counties and cities spend a lot of money on deploying multiple facilities, and what we're seeing is that to the extent they can aggregate up those data center services and share that one resource across multiple cities, they save a lot of money.
And lastly, the company launched its first major marketing campaign in April. What's the reason behind that campaign, and why now?
Well, we've been spending a lot more money on sales and marketing since inception, and this year, just since we're so blessed with having a record backlog, we have about $100 million in backlog. We feel really bullish about the future, and we're willing to take some of that and reinvest it back in the business to ensure our growth in 2017 and 2018 is really robust.
Gary, thank you so much for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having me again.
For more from REITweek 2016, be sure to visit REIT.com.